So I just wanted to do a quick little demo of fresh clear coat on a tank here. Something that I'm dealing with right now. This tank is gloss. It's relatively fresh paint. Was painted just about 2 weeks ago. It has been sanded and buffed already, and the clear, I've actually set it out in the sun to let the clear cure a little bit. But I just wanted to kind of demonstrate what it means for the clear to still be a little bit soft. And it'll stay soft over time until it really fully cures and hardens up. And that probably takes the course of several weeks. This was painted with, as I said, a couple of weeks ago. It's cleared with the Tamco Glamour clear. 3 coats. I've already cut and buffed it once. I was going to let it gas out a little bit more, let it cure a little bit more. We'll do it one more time. And then I'm going to tape this up for some satin graphics on it. It'll go over the clear. And what I want to do is make sure that this is cured enough that when I tape it, I don't get any track marks from the tape. So what you'll see, what I want to demonstrate here is I've got 3 different types of tape, or 4 actually, that I'm going to put on the clear. We'll leave them on there for 30 minutes or so, about the time it would take for me to actually get them applied and get the satin clear painted on the tank, and then remove it, and I'll show you what the track marks look like on the paint. And then what we'll actually see, we'll leave the time lapse going, and we'll see that over time some of those marks disappear on their own, but they're definitely really obvious when you see them. So let's go ahead and take a look at the different tape that we're using and get this all set up. So these are 4 really common tape types that we're using here. The first is a little scrap of vinyl masking material that I use. So if I'm cutting graphics out using the vinyl cutter, I'll use this vinyl masking. So we're going to use a little bit of that. I've got normal blue painter's tape. I've got some custom Fineline, ProBand Fineline tape here, and then some Scotch 3M Fineline tape as well. And when we get these applied, we'll see that the different adhesives on these tanks, or on these tapes, will leave different types of marks in the clear coat here. So let's go ahead and get these applied and see what happens. We're going to go ahead and take the different types of tape, and I'm just going to put small sections of them on the clear here. And then we'll come back a half hour later and see what sort of effect they have. Just to make things easy to remove, I'm going to fold the corners of these over. So here I've got a little piece of vinyl masking tape that I'll use with the vinyl cutter often. So that's a little 1x1 square. I'll go ahead and push that down. I'm going to take a small section of blue painter's tape. Right next to it. I'll take about 1 inch of this custom Fineline ProBand Fineline tape. And then we'll also take a little bit of this 3M Scotch Fineline tape as well. And there are lots of different, 3M makes a number of different types of Fineline as well. But that's a pretty good sampling and should give us some pretty interesting results. Okay, it's been about a half an hour. I'm going to go ahead and remove the tape here, and hopefully we'll be able to see the marks I'm talking about. So we'll start with the vinyl masking paper. I'll just pull that off. And then the blue masking tape. We've got the custom Fineline, ProBand Fineline, and then the 3M Fineline tape. And this is going to be very difficult to see, But let's see if we can get the light just right and see it. So if we watch the focus here, as I focus in on the surface of the clear, you can begin to see little track marks. There's one right there. You can see a couple right there. So you can sort of see the outline of the tape. And then over here, right there, you can see a little print. Right here, you can see a little print mark from the tape. There's another. There we can see the square where our masking tape was. So let's give these a little bit of time. We'll give these a little bit of time. We'll wipe it off and then check back later. So we're back. It has been a couple of hours now, and it's really difficult to see on this paint. But almost all of the print through from the tape is now gone. Let's see if we can get a better view of that. So we would have seen the print through right around here from that tape. And you can still see a little bit, some of it's just fingerprints from when I was pressing the tape down. But it does give you a little bit of an idea of the almost self-healing properties of fresh urethane clear. But I always like to tell people, don't set anything on the tank, don't leave a rag on it, don't lean anything on it on fresh clear until it's really had time to cure and set up. And truthfully, that's several weeks. And then over time, it'll continue to harden a little bit. Let's go ahead. Let's see if we can wipe it off a little bit and get it a little bit cleaned up. Okay, I went ahead and cleaned this up with a soft polishing rag and a little bit of glass cleaner, and you really cannot see the print through at all anymore. So it's interesting. It's a little bit concerning when you see it at first, and so sometimes you'll hear people talk about the fingernail test, where if you can push your fingernail into the paint and leave a dent, then it's not cured yet, and that'll be possible for a long time with a lot of clears. But anyway, just wanted to give everyone an idea of what to expect with fresh clear coat, and a couple of things to think about as you're trying to care for it. But I think that's about it. If you liked this, curious to hear your comments below, and be sure to subscribe for more.